What if one conflict could change the price of everything? Fuel, food, electricity, even your daily expenses. What if a war, thousands of miles away, could quietly drain your bank account? Because in today's world, war isn't just fought with weapons. It's fought through markets, through oil, through trade, and through money. And if Iran goes to war, the impact won't stay in the Middle East. It will ripple across the entire global economy. To understand the impact, you need to understand one thing: location. Iran sits next to one of the most important choke points in the world, the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage through which nearly one-third of the world's oil supply passes every single day. That's not just oil, and that's energy for entire economies, factories, transport, electricity. If that flow is disrupted, the world feels it instantly. When conflict begins, the first casualty isn't infrastructure, it's stability. Markets hate uncertainty, and oil markets react immediately. Even the threat of war can push prices up. Why? Because supply becomes uncertain, and when supply drops, prices rise fast. If the Strait of Hormuz is disrupted, we're not talking about small changes. We're talking about a global shock. Oil prices could surge overnight, and when oil rises, everything rises. Fuel costs increase, shipping becomes expensive, food prices climb, because almost everything you use depends on energy. This is where the real impact begins. Higher energy costs spread across the global economy. Businesses face rising expenses, consumers spend more, savings shrink, inflation increases, central banks react, interest rates may rise to control inflation, loans become more expensive, investments slow down, and suddenly a regional conflict becomes a global financial problem. In every crisis, there are winners and losers. Energy companies may benefit from higher prices, but most sectors suffer. Stock markets become volatile. Airlines struggle with fuel costs. Manufacturing slows down. Emerging markets, especially those dependent on imports, face severe pressure. Currencies weaken. Debt becomes harder to manage. The system begins to shake. War isn't just destructive, it's expensive. Military operations cost billions. Infrastructure gets damaged. Trade routes collapse, and rebuilding takes years. For Iran, war would mean more pressure on an already strained economy. For the world, it means instability. This isn't theory. History has shown this pattern again and again. Conflicts in oil-rich regions always impact global markets because energy isn't just a resource. It's the foundation of modern economies. And when that foundation shakes, everything above it feels the impact. From this scenario, three lessons stand out. Energy controls the global economy. Local conflicts can have global financial consequences. Markets react faster than governments. War doesn't just change borders. It changes prices. It changes economies. It changes lives. So the real question isn't just, will there be conflict? It's, are we prepared for the impact? Because in today's world, you don't need to be in a war zone to feel the cost of war. If you want to stay ahead of how money moves in a changing world, subscribe to Finance Club, because rule number one is to always talk about money.